So, last Saturday, I raced Joshua Tree half marathon at night. Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. I noticed all the new names in the comment section of Instagram as well as on YouTube. And thank you so much for everyone that signed up to the YouTube membership to support this channel. It is really appreciated and it helps me put out videos. So thank you. I appreciate it. And if you want to support the channel as well in what I'm doing, then there are some links down in the description below, as well as my socials if you want to follow along for more and see what's up. But for everyone who is new here, my name is Lucas. I'm a middle pack age group triathlete, and that's what we do on this channel. We talk about triathlon and we talk about the preparation for triathlon for a normal age grouper, for a normal person with a 9-to-5 jobs and responsibilities. So let's dive right into Joshua Tree half marathon. But first, what even is it? So every year Vacation Races puts on a half marathon that takes place right outside of Joshua Tree National Park in Southern California. The idea behind the company Vacation Races is to hold races in vacation spots, kind of like the name suggests. So the idea is that you not only go to the Joshua Tree Half Marathon, but you also vacation there and you explore Joshua Tree National Park and everything that it has to offer. So while this is already amazing in itself to run around outside of Joshua National Park, it adds even one on top of that, and that is that this race is held at night in complete darkness. You can show up anywhere from 11 to 4 p.m. the day of the race, but at 5 p.m. the preparations for the race start, and then at 6 p.m. there's a wave start and the race begins. The race itself is really special, and racing at night really adds a whole new experience to a half marathon. And while it is a race, the majority of people are really in the 2-hour to 3-hour mark for a half marathon timing. Overall, I can say it was a really amazing experience, and anyone who's looking to do a half marathon, I highly recommend it. Be aware that this is a trail run, not run on pavement. It is all run in mostly sand. While it is uphill a couple times, it's like single track and it's relatively loose sand. The main part is just service roads, which are fairly packed down, and you won't have too many trouble going through the sand. And for the entry fee, which I believe was around $140, they really do put on an amazing race. You have a small expo right before the race the same day. You can camp there. It's an RV and campground. And then even afterwards, the finish line that they put together looked really cool. And like I said, for the money, you get a lot out of it. A really great experience. So overall, the race I can highly recommend. Initially, when I signed up for the race last year, my goal was to do this whole thing in under 2 hours. My personal best for a half marathon on pavement is 2 hours and 4 minutes. I did not know it was going to be a trail run prior to this. That's why the goal was under 2 hours. But my finishing time was 2 hours and 22 minutes. And I can very confidently say that I left everything I got in the tank on that course and absolutely emptied it. It was an amazing feeling to come in on the finish line and be fully wiped out. And right now, I cannot describe how sore I am. I've never ran a trail in my life before, and then I ran a half marathon on trail. All of this year, 2023, I have been training with the training app Motive. And you've seen me make videos about it. If you like, I can link them down in the description if you want a review of the app. And I will do an extensive review at the end of this year as well. However, then in late July, I had to have a small-ish surgery done in the abdominal region, which set me back quite a bit and set my running back a lot. But that being said, overall, I did feel pretty strong on the run. So the run starts out, you leave the campground and you go downhill slightly for about a half mile or so. Then you turn right off the paved road and onto the trail, which is about a single or maybe a 2-person track straight uphill. And this goes uphill for about 140 feet of climbing over the next mile and a half, which is relatively steep. Already at this point, my whole pacing went out the window and I ran up the hill at about a 10-minute 30 mile. Keep in mind, my goal was to run an 11-minute mile average for the whole course. Making it to the top of the hill at 180 beats per minute heart rate, it was absolutely horrendous. I fully overcooked on the first 2 miles, but the view from above, and I tried to film it as good as possible, seeing all these people run with the headlamps in the dark throughout the park, it was really cool. So that absolutely made it worth. The next 8 miles or so are relatively flat. You do have a couple rolling hills, but overall it was a relatively flat course from there on out, which I did feel good so far. Then at mile 10, you did have another short little climb, and then 11.5 to 13 miles, you basically drop straight down all of the elevation that you gained at the beginning. You go back down towards the finish line, where at that point, I was able to just fully shred it, arms wailing through the air all the way downhill to the finish line, which was great. Again, overall, it was really fun. I did this race with my father-in-law. We had an absolute great time, and I would definitely do it again next year. And if you want to join, I do highly recommend it. But that is the end for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is my short review of Vacation Races Joshua Tree Half Marathon out in Southern California. And if you want to follow along, make sure you give the video a like, helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, and leave a comment or a sub down below. You guys have an amazing day, and I'll catch you on the next one.